covered. I got you covered.
Hey, oh, it's a kid. It's a kid.
Welcome to Audit Oblivion, where we highlight wildest police interactions and crime documentaries. You have the right to like, comment, and subscribe. Anything you do can and will help us create more amazing content. You have the right to share this video with your friends. If you do not have any friends, consider joining our community, where you can find like-minded individuals. For exclusive updates, hit that notifications bell. Without further ado, let's get into today's video. On August 21st, 2020, Jaylin Harris, 15, and Zakarryya Cornelius, 8, were playing tag at the Rochelle Manor Apartments when police officers responded to a call about a suspicious person with a gun. Body camera footage shows officers initially talking to one of the kids. An officer then instructs others to go to the other side of the building. This is where they draw their guns on 15-year-old Jaylin Harris, ordering him to the ground. One officer can be heard saying it's a kid before they handcuff Jaylin.
You in here by yourself? What's your dad's name?
Sir, you can't talk to his child. That's his child.
What's your name, buddy?
Hey.
Huh? Go around?
Just running around back of the building. Coming to you. White tank top. Get on the ground!
Get on the ground!
Get on the ground now!
Keep your hands out! I swear to God,
I got you covered. I got you covered.
Hey! Oh, it's a kid. It's a kid.
Hey, keep your hands up. Keep your hands up. You're good.
I haven't did anything, I swear to God. You got anything, Ernie? No, my phone. All right, roll over. My man. Roll over. All right. You're good, man. You're good. Ain't okay, well, why are you running from him?
Nah, we was all playing tag.
I mean, if you lost visual, I mean, that's more than enough time to talk something. He ran for a reason. All right.
Officers are heard saying, quote, "He ran for a reason." At this point, Jaylin's mother, Ashley Harris, arrives and confronts the officers, demanding to know what they were doing with her 15-year-old son.
Are you mom?
What y'all doing with my son?
All right. So
Where's my son?
he's over there. Let me tell you. All right.
Y'all, for one, y'all got to stop, because that's a kid.
Are you gonna let me explain to you what happened?
You can explain what happened.
All right. I'm gonna stand right here and tell you. You can listen to me, and I can tell you so that you can know.
So my son,
All right. So we got a 911 call about a male with a tank top carrying a gun. When we got here, at this building in this area, all right, with a car that matched the description.
my son don't drive.
You don't know your son. He wasn't in the car. All right.
There were two
I got it.
At this stage, we all know what she is thinking. Some will argue this is not about race, but something tells me this is about race. The excuses, reasons these officers provide highlight lack of accountability and systemic bias within the police force.
So what happened when my officers, let me explain.
Go in the house.
When my officers got on scene, right, and they got right here, he took off running, right? So
He's a kid.
well,
And
the other
that's
kids
what
didn't,
kids
but the other
do.
kids didn't run. He's 15.
And he's probably scared of y'all.
Well, so he ran, all right, so they had to give pursuit. Now understanding that somebody called 911, we just weren't out here. They said it's a guy with a gun, all right, in this area.
He's a kid.
They don't know him. Have they
He
ever?
don't know y'all. Y'all rolling up on him.
So-
He don't know what the going on with y'all.
So I understand you're upset, all right? I definitely
Yeah,
understand.
because y'all had my son on the ground with a gun in his
Ma'am,
face.
we're responding to a 911 call with a person that
And that's a kid.
we don't know him.
And he don't know y'all. That's what I'm saying.
We didn't
He
say
don't know
he
y'all.
was. We
He
didn't
don't
say.
know. Don't y'all look more threatening than this little boy?
Listen,
little 15 y'all.
we're not charging him with running from us or anything. He's not in handcuffs. He doesn't have a gun. We're getting out of here.
But he was
all right?
on the ground with a gun. in his
Because
face.
he ran from the police, and we're looking for a person with a gun.
Because y'all.
The officers explained to Jaylin's mother that they are not charging Harris with fleeing, seemingly as if they were doing him a favor, showcasing a troubling systemic bias and a complete and utter lack of empathy. After an internal investigation, Officer Sterrett was suspended without pay for 8 hours. No other discipline for any of the officers was made public. Jaylin's mother, Ashley Harris, appealed, saying more should have been done, and that prompted a June hearing by the review board. The board's findings from the hearing have been redacted, according to documents the city released, so it's unclear whether the board found any deficiencies in the Durham Police Department's internal investigation of the incident. However, several recommendations were made to improve police investigations and departmental procedures. Key suggestions include investigation transparency, provide clear explanations of how alleged policy violations are investigated and concluded, firearm protocol, define unholstering a firearm as a use of force requiring an official report, 911 information accuracy, enhance the accuracy of descriptions relayed by 911 operators to officers, bias assessments, conduct annual internal bias assessments, and update the code of conduct to mitigate biases. Body-worn camera policy. Prohibit officers from turning off or obstructing body cameras, except for personal privacy, with mandatory explanations for excessive downtime. Conduct policy. Revise the conduct unbecoming policy to ensure officers are courteous and avoid profane, threatening, or insulting language. City Manager Wanda Page indicated no major objections, noting that some recommendations are already in practice, under consideration, or challenging to implement. Reflecting on the incident involving Jaylin Harris and Zakarryya Cornelius highlights systemic biases and lack of accountability in law enforcement. These concerns extend to the case of Michael Francheck and his son Jack, raising further questions about the balance of authority and civil rights. On September 29, 2019, in Park City, Utah, a dispute escalated into a dramatic police encounter when Michael Francheck confronted a disgruntled neighbor about his 15-year-old son Jack, riding a motorized bicycle around the neighborhood. Officers from the Park City Police Department arrived and began questioning the neighbor and other witnesses. One witness claimed to have seen a gun in Mr. Francheck's waistband. Following this, body camera footage shows officers arriving at Mr. Francheck's residence.
Yeah, I copied the complaint. It told me that. This one?
I'm assuming it's this one because of the way the units go.
Can I help you?
Hello, are you, Michael?
Hi, can I help you with something?
Yeah, we're here about a...
And your name?
Officer Rodriguez.
First name?
Jim.
Jim, how are you, Jim? And your name? Please?
So,
Sorry? Badge number?
What's that?
Badge number,
Okay.
please?
let's go ahead and talk about the incident that you had out here a few minutes ago.
Don't know what you're talking about.
Okay. Step down here for me.
No, thanks.
Yeah, no. Hey!
Whoa, 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 whoa! Whoa! I didn't do anything. You just came into my house without a warrant.
You're running away.
I'm not running away from you.
You just did. Is there any gun in your back pocket? I just want to make sure we're safe.
We're safe.
Cooperate.
I am cooperating. You're violating my Fourth Amendment rights.
No, stop.
Outside.
You're violating my Fourth Amendment rights.
Hey, you guys cannot come in here without a search warrant.
Get the phone.
I'm videoing.
Get the phone.
Cooperate.
I'm cooperating.
We're
Just
finding
don't.
you to be
I'm not fighting you.
We're finding you
I'm
to be
not
tased.
fighting you.
Outside now.
Walk outside so we can talk.
Okay. Enough. I didn't do anything. You just tased me for no reason.
Taser deployed.
Stop.
When the officers arrived at Francheck's residence, he demanded they present their identification. Mr. Francheck attempted to retreat into his home, prompting the officers to follow him inside, under the assumption he might retrieve a weapon, based on the Supreme Court's ruling in United States versus Santana, which allows officers to pursue a suspect into their home without a warrant if they are in hot pursuit. Due to the report of a firearm and Mr. Francheck's sudden retreat, the officers acted under the assumption of a potential threat, entering the home to restrain him. This resulted in a physical confrontation where Francheck was tased and subsequently detained. Jack Francheck came downstairs and began filming the officers. According to Utah law, recording law enforcement officers performing their duties in plain view is not considered interference or obstruction of justice.
What am I being detained for?
Just stop resisting.
I'm not
so we talk to
resisting.
you.
I'm not resisting. No, don't take his phone. Don't take his phone. Don't take his phone. I'm good. I've chilled the whole time. I haven't done anything.
Relax.
I haven't resisted.
All we're
Officers.
trying to do is talk to you.
I am behind my back. This is unbelievable.
No, I know.
This is
They
unbelievable.
walked in the house without a search warrant.
This is unbelievable.
Okay.
It's all on film. Get my camera.
It's on my phone too.
It's on
now.
my phone. The whole thing is on film. The whole thing is on phone. Jack, follow me and record.
This way.
Follow me and record.
Give us space.
I'm not.
Give us space.
Okay.
No, Jack,
What's your space? What's your space?
Jack, record the whole thing. Oh, you're recording.
Give us space.
Does this look like enough space?
My camera fell somewhere back there. What are we doing? You don't twist the handcuffs. You're injuring me. I'm not resisting.
During the interaction, officers appear to intimidate Jack, threatening him with arrest and physical violence. Such intimidation tactics are unfortunately not uncommon in law enforcement. At one point, an officer states that his body camera fell off inside the house, prompting another officer to return to Francheck's residence to retrieve it. When Jack asserts that they do not have permission to enter the residence, the officers become aggressive. It is important to note that unless there is an urgent and compelling reason, entering a home without a warrant to retrieve equipment generally violates Fourth Amendment protections against unreasonable searches and seizures.
You can't. Hey!
Stay back.
I'm going in my house.
Stay back.
I'm going in.
If you try and come past me, you're going to go on the ground face first. Do you understand me?
Okay, and then I'm going to file a complaint against you.
Get your camera.
Go grab your camera, yes. I'm allowing you to do that, but you cannot walk in my house.
There you go.
Okay, bye. I have 3 cops on me and I'm 15 years old. Because you guys intruded my house.
So you were the one driving up and down the street on the motorcycle?
I was on my gas bicycle.
Okay, that's a gas-powered vehicle. You have to have a driver's license.
No, you don't.
Yes, you do.
Not when it's 50cc and you have a permit for it.
Jack correctly informs the officers that he does not need a full driver's license to operate his 50cc motorized bicycle. He further explains that he was driving the vehicle on private property, not public roads, and therefore is within his rights to operate the vehicle with his learner permit. According to Utah law, while a learner permit generally requires adult supervision on public roads, this requirement does not apply to private property. This underscores the importance of law enforcement being accurately informed about legal nuances and highlights the complexities faced by minors in legal situations.
I said, no, it's not. It's a 50cc bicycle, and I have a permit for it.
Okay.
And he said, get out of the way. He was on his little road bike. He said, get out of the way or I'm going to beat your ass. So I don't, if you guys want to believe him, and we have 2 witnesses, he has 0.
Okay, calm down.
Just calm down, calm down.
No, I'm pissed off because you guys just came in our house.
But we tried to come here to ask a question and figure out what's going on because what we got told is a gun was involved in this incident. So we're going to take this a little
No
more serious.
no gun was involved, not
Okay.
at all. I don't know why you have to.
We don't know that when we
We don't know that. That's
I know.
That's what I'm saying.
I
So
understand
we're gonna
that.
come,
Yes, I
okay?
totally understand that,
Okay?
but you can't just tackle him.
But when he's told to stop, he has to stop. That's a
And if
lawful
he
command by an
doesn't,
officer.
We can get physical.
Okay?
But you can't just come in the house without a.
We have to control this situation.
Do you have a
Yes,
search
we can.
warrant?
We don't need a
We don't
search
need
Yes,
one.
you do to
You
come
might
in
want to go
someone's
to
house.
school and learn the law.
I
before
already
you wanna
know
try
the
it.
law.
No, you don't.
Okay.
Okay.
We're not going to
No,
argue.
you don't.
Okay, please don't talk to me.
Okay.
So get out of my way. Okay.
This is my case.
It's your
So I'll
case.
talk to you as much as I want.
Okay,
to
well I'm
talk
not
to
gonna respond to you.
You don't have to respond
Okay.
to me, but I can talk to you.
Have a good day.
Okay. So, told you get out of the way, or he's
You know
going
what? Let's take him to the
to kick your ass, beat your ass, whatever it was.
Yeah.
Then what
Beat my
happened?
ass. And I rode my bicycle back here. He ran back with me. I closed the garage and I told my dad.
Okay.
My dad was like, "Who is this? If anything goes farther, I'm gonna have to call the police." He walks outside to see where the guy is. And,
Your dad?
Mhm.
Okay.
And the guy comes out and he steps and he like, for instance, he walks and he goes like this. He walks right here in front of his face.
So right here or
Like
down there?
no, right down there,
Okay.
at the corner where you guys were parked down there.
Okay.
And he walks up right to his face like this, and he said, "Step back, because you're violating my his personal space."
Okay.
1, and 2, if he steps one more close or he touches him, he has the right to defend himself, and that is easily the right to defend himself. So there's no reason why he says a gun is involved.
It wasn't him that said it. He doesn't even know about this. This was a completely other parties that were watching the whole thing happen.
There was no gun involved.
There was no gun involved.
Okay. Well, I'm just telling you what we were told, and it was tucked in his back waistband/pocket, and they seen it as he was walking away. So I'm just telling you, we can only go off the information we're provided.
I understand that.
Okay. So.
But we have 2 witnesses that were literally like on site, and we're telling you the truth, and he's telling you the truth.
Okay.
So
But no one's talked to us yet, and that's where we're trying to get to.
I understand that.
Okay. All right. So that's what. So and then what happened after that point? After separated or?
We walked back inside, and yeah.
Okay.
And now you guys are here, coming in the house, and I don't know why he's detained. I don't know why he's getting arrested.
Well, I'm not going to get into that and talk to you about that.
Well, you can, because he's my dad, and it was on my property. But
okay, well, it's not your property, it's your dad's, but we're not going to get into that, okay?
Actually, technically it is, because I'm underneath his guardian, so.
Okay, but we're not going to get into that, okay?
Okay.
I'm just trying to find out where, what we're trying to get situated is what took place between you guys being juveniles.
Okay, and I'm filing a, what's called on him, because he touched me when I did nothing.
Okay, do you want to have a actual conversation?
Where's he going?
To Summit County Jail.
Amidst the confrontation, Jack's friend cooperates with the officers and can be heard telling Jack to stop being so mouthy. This scenario brings to light the two distinct types of responses individuals can have towards law enforcement. Those who comply without question, often seen as licking the boots of law enforcement, and those who stand up against perceived oppression and assert their rights.
You guys aren't being cooperative. We'll leave it at that.
We're being cooperative. We just told you.
You're just being mouthy.
How?
You're just being mouthy.
Jack, stop being mouthy so you can
I'm not.
figure out
Where's,
how to... Here,
we're fine. We're
Where's
fine.
your parents?
My parents are at my house, sir.
Okay. I just need to go talk to them real quick, just so they know that we talked and whatever.
I think I gave you my address, so you can just go tell them.
You got their phone number?
Yeah, do you want to...
Just give them the number. We can call them.
Do you want to just call them?
All we need to do is
I can just give you my phone, you can talk to my phone.
I just need to let them know that we talked, that's all.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
And you can tell her nothing was wrong, because nothing was wrong.
Her name's Moniz.
Moniz?
Yes.
Okay.
Dude, you gotta stop being mouthy.
I'm not.
You have to find out where your dad's going. You gotta
He just said Summit County Jail.
Officer Proctor with Park City Police Department. So I just needed to just inform you that there was an altercation with a neighbor, your son and his friend on a bike. And so we just spoke with your son and he just kind of told us what happened, but I just needed to give you a courtesy call and let you know that we did talk to him and that he did have a neighbor that kind of sounded like got a little bit of belligerent with them because they were riding a bike.
50cc gas
like
bicycle.
A motorcycle, like little
She knows what
here
it
in the
is.
neighborhood.
She's definitely seen this thing.
Why is there a fire truck here?
So that's what we were trying to find out and what's going on. Because we got called by some other neighbors that just heard an argument between the adults that got involved.
What
so
the heck?
that's why we're here. But your son just was kind of just filling this in. But since he is a juvenile, I just need to give you the courtesy call. Yeah.
This is the best part.
And we tried to get to that point, but your son's being super cooperative. Unfortunately, the other parties aren't necessarily being as cooperative as they could be.
Jack, you need to be more cooperative.
No.
I'm serious, yes.
You don't understand the law.
An actual motorcycle.
Do you understand that
they do have to have a permit for it. They do have to have that stuff. And if it's motorized, then it's not
What's
on.
the fire truck here?
It's on public roads.
My dad
then it
said
does. They have to follow all the rules, just like a normal vehicle would be, as far as.
So they have to follow it?
Yeah, a license or a learner's, all that kind of stuff. Now, if they're riding on private property, that's totally different as well. So, I haven't seen the bike. I don't know what it looks like. But so that's just kind of the difference there. But I just need to give you that courtesy
We're not letting him in my garage.
call.
That's fair. I gave him my address, my phone number, all of it.
Yeah.
I was being cooperative.
Yeah. You can be cooperative, but like this has happened.
Yeah, no, we once we get to that, then I'll just get make sure the information as far as contact, and then we'll make sure that you're made aware of what's
I haven't dealt with cops in
come up.
4
So
years.
Yeah.
it's Officer Proctor.
It's sketchy.
It's
Yep, no
not.
problem. All right.
Okay, you want to go up and see what's going on with my dad? Or-
So real quick.
We're allowed to go up there, right? Yeah.
Huh?
We're allowed to go up on.
Absolutely not.
Where we live?
No, why they're doing? You're not going to go bug them.
Just be cooperative, please.
So
Michael Francheck was arrested and faced charges, including interfering with an officer and disorderly conduct. He later filed a federal lawsuit against the Park City Municipal Corporation and several police officers, seeking over $1.1 million in damages. The lawsuit claimed civil rights violations, excessive force, and unlawful entry into his home. It also highlighted the psychological impact on both Michael and his son, who suffered from PTSD following the incident. On the 30th of January 2023, at 8:30 p.m., Atlanta police responded to a weapon dispute at a convenience store on Atlanta Avenue. When officers arrived, 17-year-old Tayvon Shelton shoved an officer, leading to his detention. A search revealed a stolen, modified Glock, 16 rounds of 9mm ammunition, a black face mask, and a glass puncher.
fuck wrong with you, man?
Nah, bad, bro.
What you shoving me like that for, man?
Nah, man, I'm just trying to walk home.
You want to see me
bro.
walking in the store, bro?
My bad.
How you just gonna walk into me like that, bro?
Just shoot, bro.
Turn around, man. You have anything on you? Turn around. No.
You have 5
I don't even got nothing on me, bro. What you doing, bro?
Man, you just shoved me, man. Watch your mouth,
bad.
man. No, it's not a my bad. You saw me coming in the store, man. What you doing? Stop playing, man. What you got on you?
Nothing, bro.
Don't move.
I got a gun on, bro.
Shelton, a confirmed gang member with an outstanding warrant in DeKalb County for robbery, now faces multiple charges: possession of crime tools, simple assault, obstruction, theft by receiving, unlawful possession of automatic weapons, and possession of a firearm by a minor.
How old are you, man?
17.
How much?
17.
Who gun is this? You done, boy.
Our final case brings us to a tragic event at the Mall of America. We will examine the case of TaeShawn Adams-Wright, a 19-year-old who was sentenced to 30 years in prison for the fatal shooting of John Tay Hudson on Christmas Eve in 2022.
I want to apologize for bringing pain and suffering to the victim family, also to the lady who got shot, and to the community of Bloomington and Mall of America. I also want to apologize for my mom and my family. I got was 18 and I fully developed to really understand the impact of my action. I know and understand what I did was wrong, but I so full responsibility for my actions. I always say I'm sorry, but saying I'm sorry is not only what I've done. I was influenced by false friend movies, music, and video games, but I cannot take that as my action. I am truly apologizing for my actions.
TaeShawn Adams-Wright began by expressing his deepest sympathies and condolences to Hudson's family, acknowledging the crushing grief they endured daily. He also mentions the influence of violent movies, music, and video games. Do you think this was a remorseful statement or meticulously crafted legal jargon? In crafting Adams-Wright's sentence, Judge Scoggin considered the egregious nature of the crime, which occurred during the busy holiday season at a major retail establishment. He described the act as a deliberate execution, dismissing Adams-Wright's claim of self-defense. The judge highlighted the reckless endangerment of innocent bystanders, including children, emphasizing the severe harm caused.
Thank you, Mr. Adams-Wright.
So let me start by expressing my sympathies, my condolences for, as Mr. Hudson's aunt described it, the crushing grief you have to live with every day. I can't wrap my head around this. No one who hasn't gone through what you're going through can. All I can do is acknowledge it. The pain, and it doesn't go away. And I understand that, and I am truly sorry. I want to at least acknowledge a comment that family members made. I agree with it. It is remarkable that only 2 of the people who are involved in this matter will end up in front of adult courts. I think that's unfortunate because it fails to recognize, and this I need you to hear, Mr. Adams-Wright, that the criminal justice system must take into account the personal characteristics of the person who's in front of them. And I acknowledge you're young. But the criminal justice system also exists to punish people when they do bad things. And we forget that as a system at our peril. In crafting a sentence today, I've taken into account the remarkable circumstances of, in the middle of a holiday rush in a major retailer or a retail establishment, Mr. Wright, you and several others decided to hunt someone down and execute him. And we've all seen that tape. And there can be no other definition of what happened that day. And your recitation of acting in self-defense that day, you weren't. You participated with a group of people who killed someone. And it is as simple as that. And the sooner you wrap your head around that and understand that and acknowledge that, the better off we'll be. I do, I did make the findings, and I'll repeat them, that it was a group of 3 or more. We put a whole lot of other people in harm's way in addition to the guy that you killed, one of whom was struck by a bullet. And there were children and loads of folks that deserved to be nowhere close to any of this that you were involved in. So, taking that all into account, and taking into account your age, I've arrived at the following. Sir, you've entered a plea of guilty to murder in the 2nd degree. You've also entered a plea of guilty to assault in the 2nd degree, and you've told me enough for me to believe you are guilty of those offenses, so I accept your plea of guilty. I adjudicate you guilty on both of those crimes. And starting with count 1, murder in the 2nd degree, I sentence you to custody of the Commissioner of Corrections for a period of 367 months. Against that sentence, you are entitled to credit for 524 days. Restitution is reserved for 45 days. $50 fine, $75 surcharge, and $3 law library fee to be taken from prison earnings. You may never possess, use, transport firearms or ammunition or explosives for the remainder of your life. And if you have not already done so, you must provide a DNA sample. As to the 2nd degree assault, that person has suffered a real harm in this. I do not take a moment away from anything that the family of the deceased has told me, but I acknowledge at the same time that poor person had nothing to do with any of this and still took a bullet. So as to that sentence, I sentence you to the custody of the Commissioner of Corrections for a period of 6 months as provided by law. What I am doing today, however, and I'll be frank, it is acknowledging your age, it is making that sentence concurrent. So your sentence is 30 years and 7 months. No. So that is to be executed forthwith. Is there anything else for the record?
Restitution for please stay.
I did. Thank you. Thank you. That will conclude this hearing.
Judge Scoggin sentenced Adams-Wright to 367 months for 2nd degree murder, with credit for 524 days already served. He also imposed concurrent sentences for 2nd degree assault, acknowledging the harm to another victim who was struck by a stray bullet. Additional penalties included fines, fees, a lifetime ban on possessing firearms, and a requirement to provide a DNA sample. This sentencing serves as a somber reminder of the consequences of gang violence and the importance of justice for the victims and their families. Stay informed and engaged as we continue to explore critical cases and their impact on our communities. If you found this content informative, please like and subscribe for more real-life legal insights and police interactions. Thank you for watching Audit Oblivion.